Call 1-800-876-2200 at a quiet moment when inspiration tugs at your sleeve, and not a moment sooner. You must book and pay for your holiday by October 31st. Other significant restrictions apply.
WNBC News, sponsored by Cooper Tires, St. Tony Zabriskie and Roger Strickland, and A&L Tire, Route 9 in Howell, New Jersey. Today's excitement: cars demand exciting tires. Tires that can take high speeds without sacrificing handling. Tires that can meet the challenge of performance car demands. This is a job for a speed-rated tire like the H speed-rated Cooper Cobra Radial GT, available at your local Cooper Tire dealer. The tire experts at Cooper highly recommend the Cooper Cobra Radial GT because they're built on Cooper-designed state-of-the-art two-stage equipment for precision placement of the tire component. And the H speed rating means the Cooper Cobra has sustained speeds up to 130 miles per hour in indoor wheel tests. So you get steel-belted radio construction for strength and speed rating for high performance, all in one tire. The Cooper Cobra Radial GT H-rated, built by the people known for quality since 1914. Give me another cup of that Maxwell House, will you there, Bernie? You can understand why the folks at Cooper are proud of the Cooper Cobra or any other fine Cooper product. So they won't let you down, and that's good. See Art Kalin at Rally Tire and Auto Service at 616 Connecticut Avenue in Norwalk, or Hank and Fatso Source at North Arlington Tire, 338 River Road, Smatter.
His nickname is Chubby. Chubby Armstrong, because he's just a little bit portly.
He's not fatso. Not a fat moose like Bobby from Bobby Sunoco.
No, not anything close.
Oh, okay. So get your tires from Hank and Chubby.
This is news from 66 WNBC, New York.
I'm Charles McCord. Here's what's happening at 8 o'clock. The grand jury in the Tawana Brawley case may have spoken, but all the loose ends of the infamous episode are not tied up as yet. Rebel Radio.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.
Across Eastern America, New York's WEAF had become known for its top-quality entertainment programs and sports broadcasts. Through the trauma of the Great Depression, our nation's mobilization to victory in World War II, and the sweeping changes that followed it, our listeners had learned to rely on the worldwide resources of NBC News. It should have been no surprise then when in November of 1946, WEAF responded to the new era by changing its name. The new call letters reflected the station's flagship status with the nation's leading radio network. 66 on the dial was now known as WNBC. Although the name had changed, the mission remained the same: to inform and entertain.
What evil lurks in the hearts of men? The shadow knows.
The Johnson Wax Program with Fibber McGee and Molly.
I hadn't seen the air so white since that cyclone hit the Feather Mattress Factory.
And now, Lever Brothers Company, the makers of Rinso, invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the story of Amos and Andy.
Well, hello there, Sapphire. She looks pretty, and the packages had a lot of color.
Yeah.
The marks of time.
There were no immediate changes in the station's programming, but the switch from WEAF to WNBC was a portent of many exciting and unexpected transformations that yet awaited the radio station in its 66-year odyssey.
I'm Imus in the morning, and I have a bunch of antique radios, and one of the old antique radios I have, Harry, has, it's one of those big consoles. And it has all of the stations listed on it,
Yeah.
and it has the old NBC, old WEAF on it. Was it EAF?
Yes.
Huh?
Right. EAF, yeah, that's right.
Earth, Air, and Fire or something. That's what it stood for, didn't it?
Later they would become Earth, Fire, and Wind.
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Well, no, but that was before. They were Earth, Fire, and Wind. Then they were Earth, Wind, and Fire because it sounded better.
Yeah.
Had a better flow.
Then it became the National Biscuit Company.
That's right. It's coming up on 7 minutes after 8 o'clock, 8:07 now in New York. And today at 1:30, a farewell to WNBC, Radio with NBC personalities of the past. Among those who will not be here, Ellie Dillon, Brinken Belzer.
Who else?
Oogie Pringle.
Oogie Pringle.
Vernon with a V.
Right? Johnny
Dark.
Michael Sarzinski.
Alan Beebe.
Alan Beebe.
Frank Reed.
Frank Reed.
Buzz Brindle.
Buzz Brindle. I don't know.
Lee Arnold.
Lee Masters.
Lee Masters.
Lee Masters.
Lee won't be here. There'll be a lot of people who won't be here.
But a lot of people who will be here.
And that's good. Big Wilson will be here. On the phone, probably.
Yeah.
Or maybe he'll be here.
I think on the phone.
Is he in Miami still?
Yeah.
Cousin Brucey, WIOZ. Joe McCoy from CBS FM. Bob Pittman, Marv Albert, right. Larry King, Bob Fitzsimmons, and Buffalo Bob Smith, and Wolfman Jack, and Dan Quayle. No. We understand that Manuel Noriega gave a little 10-year-old Susan York a box of candy and told her that the first box was free. Here's Ross Frank now with the latest from the WNBC Traffic and Transit Network. Good morning, Ms. Frank.
Good morning, Mr. Imus. Problems on the transit lines this morning. New York City transit officials reporting an update on a subway problem. A person went 10th Street on the IRT number 1 line.
Who's been my engineer for almost 10 years on a regular basis. And on an irregular basis for 16 years. Exactly. And we're going to miss Harry greatly, because Harry is the single, I've worked with a lot of engineers, and Harry is the single finest engineer I've ever worked with. I really mean it.
Thank you, Donnie.
Not only is he good technically, but he has a wonderful, warm personality. Yes, he does. And he's a good guy. Yes, he is. And he's always been willing over the years to break every NABIT union rule in the book. I'm serious, to do this show.
Just took that NABIT master contract and threw it out.
Tore it up.
You know that's not true. You know that's not true.
Not only is Harry a good engineer on the board, he's a great production engineer. And I wish you were going with us, but I advise you it would be better to keep the security of NBC as opposed to get involved in what we are.
Which is kind of looking at short term.
I think so. When we can't even find a place to park the car. When they say just double park the car, it's not going to take that long.
Yeah.
I think I don't think there's a real commitment, Harry. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, you know how buttoned up I am emotionally, and I'm not really able to deal with my emotions. I am better now than I was able to.
Yes, that's true.
For my rehab experience, but I am going to miss you, and I do like you a lot.
Thank you, Donnie. You too, man.
May I second that emotion?
Yes, Smokey, you may.
Thank you. I second that emotion, Harry.
Thanks, Chuck.
You're welcome, baby.
Me too, Harry.
It's 12 after 8 now, or almost 13 after 8. But you're going to... there are different pieces of equipment and stuff that I want to keep as mementos, and you're going to be stealing those in the next few days, and I'll get them next week.
No problem, man.
Thank you, Harry. So what are you going to do, Harry?
Somewhere in TV.
You'll work in television? That's what Flash is doing now. He works in television, right?
Yeah.
So that's what you'll be doing.
Yeah. So is your first engineer, Mike Brennan. She's over there, too.
So he's in television.
Yeah.
So you're going to still have a job, and...
Oh, yeah. Have a job.
Just won't be working with me, the king.
It's kind of depressing.
Well, why, Harry? You bitched about me for 15 years.
Yeah, come on.
Well, but it's mutual, you know.
Yeah.
But it's not serious.
Oh, you mean you weren't serious? You really do care for me, Harry?
I love you, sweetie. I love you, babe. You're beautiful, babe.
It's coming up on 14 after 8. Sports with Don Crickey is sponsored by the single finest bank in this area, First Atlantic Savings and Loan.
Discover First Atlantic.
I know, you know.
Yeah. What about that figures?
I did think it was Tyler. Does it figure that Charles wouldn't know? Well, you know, we're
you never felt you should get particularly close to the
we're on
workers.
two sides of the building. I mean, how out of the loop have we been for 17 years?
Yeah.
Looks like we have two CIA agents standing in the back here. It's
Harvey's done a big job. Who?
Harvey Eckstein is the best.
He's
really
singularly the best.
I really like him. I like it.
This station could
he
not
gets it done,
function without him at the helm.
That's enough of this. It's 19 after 8, and here was sports. I mean, come on. This is. How about Josie?
I'm wearing myself out.
She's fine. Gotta love Josie. Who? Josie.
Receptionist, Josie.
Oh, Josie. Jocelyn, yeah.
Jocelyn. It's been our policy here at NBC to always have a receptionist who can neither write nor speak English to answer the phone.
She can do both.
Pardon me?
She can speak more than one language.
And
Espanol.
And I noticed I noticed yesterday over at FAN that we will be continuing in that tradition.
That's right. Bilingual.
With a refugee from a 7-Eleven store there on the old blower.
The bilingual blower babe.
Bilingual blower babe. Anyway, here with sports now. Don Craigie. Good morning, Don.
Good morning, Don.
Oh, she's great.
I love her.
A very sweet lady.
Brenda Johnson. She's like the best.
It's not Brenda Johnson, you idiot. It's Brenda Graham.
Oh, that one.
God, you'd think, Donald, that after all these years...
You'd think that after all these years of working with her, you'd know her name.
I know her name. I know her middle name.
So
What is
we.
Sue.
Yes, right.
Told you.
Brenda Sue Graham.
Brenda Sue Graham.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't know her last name. Neither
I knew her
Charles
middle
nor
name.
I.
I knew it was
She's the
Brenda
first
Sue.
person I met,
Other
other than Bob Pittman, when I came here.
Huh. I think she was here when I came. Maybe she came shortly after. She was here in 71?
Was she here in 70? I don't remember.
She's great anyway.
She is still.
But I mean, I think it's revealing. And the reason Charles and I are not all weepy here this morning is because somebody who we genuinely liked, we didn't even know her last name. You know, there are some of the salesmen here who I still don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that just shows.
I know it's sad, really.
It is sad.
You go through life and we haven't stopped and smelled the salesman, the help. No, we haven't stopped and smelled the help. You know, we've been going along in our own little world, and we never took the time to stop and smell the help. Well, that's something we're going to correct. The first thing I'm going to do when we get over to FAN is start smelling the help.
You was sniff the receptionist?
I'm going to stop and sniff the help.
The bilingual blower babe?
I would come to see that. Well, you know, being that you go as Imus in the morning, there are probably people who don't know your first name. Reggie.
Right. Wimpy? Wimpy Imus.
And you're not going to be with us.
No, I'm not.
And we already said our goodbyes, and
We did?
I told you how much I like you. You know I like you.
I do like you,
know.
too.
But it's not anything that I'm going to, agonize over. You're just not going to find.
Why don't you give her a kiss?
And we met the new traffic woman yesterday, who I will be marrying here shortly. No, but she's very nice. She wanted to know, didn't she? If I felt bad about Roz not being with us, didn't she?
Yes, she did.
Yeah,
She was concerned.
She was concerned, and Charles told her. What did you tell her?
Not really.
Well, I think it's very, very nice of
Said
you.
you just really, once you get to know Imus, you'll understand that he really doesn't have any close attachments to really anyone.
Really? I mean...
Really, pretty much. He doesn't know the last name of somebody who's worked here for 17 years and who he's worked with and who he likes.
Yes.
So how upset could he be? About Roz not coming?
About you, I've worked with really, in the studio for only 2 or 3 years or so. How long have you been in the studio, actually?
Going on 2 years.
Yeah, so it's about 2 years, so that's not...
No, but there's a long history there. There's more than 2 years, Dono.
Well, you were in the helicopter for a while. Then were you in a mobile unit at one time?
I was in the prize van.
The prize van for a while?
I was at the prize closet. I don't know.
In the prize van with the mattress. Right?
Yes,
That was
She was of course, the payoff.
She was, yeah.
You know where we did those blood testing screenings. And those electrocardiograms.
Yeah. And it's like, I like Bob Pittman. I like Pittman. Like him a lot. But I'm not going to miss Pittman because he's been gone for years.
Why would you miss him? He's not even here,
Yeah,
nor has he
I'm not
been.
going to miss Pittman.
He couldn't even see you. He did miss you.
Yeah. He wouldn't even know I was gone. Somebody told him.
He's lacking in that old peripheral vision area.
Sneaked up on his right side.
Mr. Pittman has the joke is the humor here is that Mr. Pittman has one eye. So that's the humor this quarter hour.
Well, you take it where you get it, you know.
Here with the car stuff now is Bob Frank. Good morning, Bob.
Hey, William, what's up? Here's what's happening in Mountainside, New Jersey, Westford.
And she had wonderful breasts.
Yeah, I know. I used to think about that, too.
She told me off the air that her nipples were hard when she was talking to me.
Good. I needed to know that before I leave. I didn't want to ask you, but...
Well...
That's the one burning question I had. Were Jane's nipples hard? Now I can go in peace. I know.
It's 3 till 9, and here's Roz with the cars. Good morning, Miss Frank.
Good morning, Mr. Imus. Here's what's happening. Very heavy morning coming in from...
Right now is what it is. Outdoors.
WNBC remembers 66 years of New York's most memorable radio.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.
During most of the 1950s, this station was known as WRCA. Informative and entertaining programs continued to evolve during this era. Perhaps the most successful new concept was the one which reshaped weekend programming, with a show whose motto was going places and doing things. On WRCA, weekends meant Monitor, featuring a host of radio's best-known communicators, Frank Blair, Gene Rayburn, Ed McMahon, Ben Grauer, and of course Dave Garroway.
After you got what you want that you wanted?
Well, the thing I like the most is to become a real actress. And I remember when I was a kid, sitting in the front row at the movies on Saturday afternoon. And I would never come out of the movie. I'd have to come and get me, and I'd sit in the front row. And I think how wonderful it would be to be an actress and so forth. But I didn't really realize about acting. However, I realized more and more the responsibility. And it is a responsibility. And as I say, I would like to be a good actress.
Good night, Marilyn.
Besides celebrity interviews with the likes of Marilyn Monroe, Monitor featured the comedic talents of such greats as Bob and Ray, Jonathan Winters, and Ernie Kovacs. Despite its huge success, though, Monitor and WRCA ended their sojourn in the history books. Another chapter in our 66 years of service.
Good morning, Mike Lubica.
Right on.
So, I don't think I've ever been in the parking lot at Shea Stadium.
Oh, it's very, very pleasant.
It is?
Oh yeah, you might want to, you might want to live in that neighborhood after you've seen the parking lot at Shea.
Now that's, I think I passed by there on the way to the tennis matches.
Well, that's probably true.
Yeah.
What do you have to do in the parking lot, Don?
Well, we're gonna see they're throwing the switch at 5:30 today. So at 5:30, whatever is on 1050 right now will be on 66 WFAN. It'll become 660 WFAN on the AM dial.
660 WFAN.
There'll be no more 66 WNBC.
I don't have to move my dial, but I'll have to get a different phone number.
Yes, you will. But
and it'll be to 718 instead of 212.
That's right.
So let's get back to the parking lot for a second.
Okay.
It'll be very pleasant there because some of the early revelers will be starting to show up. And there'll be tailgating parties.
Right.
And there'll be people. I just want to prepare you for this.
Right.
There are going to be drunk people there, Don.
Drunk people?
There are going to be drunk people. Some of them get drunk in the parking lot.
Right.
Then they go into the baseball game. And then, if you sit in the stands, they throw up on your shoes.
No, they don't.
Yeah, and this is going to be your introduction to your new life. Your life in sports, Donald.
This is a nightmare, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. You betcha. And today it's like you knock on the door of the nightmare, somebody opens it with an FAM blazer, you walk in.
You may not be aware of this, but when I used to drink,
You drank?
Yeah. There's a thing that happens to drunks, and it's called a blackout. I'm hoping that that's what this is. 7 after 9 on 907 in New York, and I am Imus in the Morning, and here with her second to final report here on the Imus in the Morning program, Gail, is,
When you say that kind of stuff, I really get teary.
Why?
I don't know. I just do.
Well, you know, I think I'd like it if you broke down. No, I said it earlier this morning how I felt about you, and we all know how I feel about you. I love it. It doesn't bear repeating. It's not necessary to get into it again. Here's Roz with the Cars, is sponsored by 9X Mobile Communications.
Doesn't warrant it, you know?
Good morning, Miss Frank.
Good morning. Oh, yeah, Mr. Imus. Here's what's happening. The Transit Authority reporting there are extensive delays on all R, N, B, D, and Q trains. That's due to a bike that has been stuck between the rails. Uptown service has been restored between DeKalb Avenue and 34th Street. A very heavy morning into the east side, leaving the Tri-Rail Bridge, joining the southbound FDR Drive. The Midtown Tunnel and 59th Street Bridge also on the heavy side, and very heavy if you're coming in from New Jersey, especially at the inbound George Washington Bridge. At this point, shadow reporting the Lincoln Tunnel better for you than the bridge. Our next report coming up for you in just about 10 minutes on WNBC.
Get maximum performance from your mobile phone. Have it custom installed at a 9X Installation and Maintenance Center. At 9X, we'll also back your phone's warranty with quality repair and maintenance services. For mobile communications, the answer is 9X.
Visit most luxury automobile dealerships, and you're likely to hear a lot of talk about things like bloodlines and image and noble traditions. But visit an Acura dealership.
Cup of that Maxwell House. It's 11 minutes after 9 o'clock, 9:11 now in New York, and here with his final sportscast from Studio B. Next one will be from Studio F. Here is Don Cricket. Good morning, Don.
Good morning, Don. Big game for the Jets Sunday. They go against the NFL's only unbeaten team, the Bengals, at Cincinnati.
And on NBC television, calling the game will be Don Cricket and Bob Trumpy.
That's it, bro.
And then I'm going to go watch the game with Jeff Smullian.
Oh, you're going to go to the actual game?
Yeah.
Outrageous.
Well, as long as you're there, you might as well go, right?
Yes. Heck yes.
Yesterday it was the Tommy Lasorda lookalike contest at Mickey Mantle's restaurant. Today it's the parking lot at Shea. What happened?
Man, you're on a rocket ride, aren't you?
Is he hot?
Is he hot or what?
Is he happening?
Am I hot enough to... I'm surprised that Susan Mulcahy is not on the phone for a number of reasons.
And then, of course, Monday you'll be in that warehouse district of Astoria, Queens.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, I will. Anyway.
New York's answer to Rodeo Drive.
Big shopping area there in Beverly Hills, right, Don? Well, we'll see you. We don't know when we'll see you. But we'll talk to you Monday.
Absolutely. So, working out those logistics.
Okay. It's 9:15. I'm in the morning. You want to play a couple spots, and then we'll talk to Icky Alan Combs?
Hey, we can do that, man.
Alan's got his black armband on today. Huh? I want to talk to Alan Combs.
Hey, if he wants to play spots, let him play spots.
Let's play a couple spots, and then we'll talk to Alan.
Look at that.
We'll play him now.
Settle down.
You better watch it.
Oh, what are you going to do?
Choke your neck.
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
Jimmy Breslin switched to Newsday.
Look for the special 12-page color circular this week at your neighborhood Key Food store. You'll find great savings like Swanson Hungry Man meatloaf or Salisbury steak. The 10 3/4 ounce size, $1.49. USDA choice roast and all your other favorites on special this week only at Key Food.
18 after 9 on 918 in New York, and I am Imus in the Morning, and here the man, the founder, the man who invented radio graffiti, Alan.
How do you do?
And today, Alan, is it, right?
Yeah, and it's good to be with Mr. Sensitivity this morning.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, Mr. Sensitivity.
What is there to be?
Broken up about the dismantling of the NBC radio empire.
Let me ask you this, Alan. What can be done about it?
No, not that anything can be done about it, but let's play proper. That's what. Proper tribute to
what?
To this legacy.
The final insult is the people most responsible for the destruction of the radio station are the ones doing the tributes. And so
those are the people responsible?
I would really rather not be part of that. And let's not get into this on the air, Alan.
What name? Let's name names.
Because Charles and I have something we want to address here.
Yeah?
Don, go ahead. You may begin.
This is a little difficult, but it's something that has to be faced, is it not, Don?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Get out of the studio, Alan. So today at 5:30, you'll be talking on the radio, and suddenly you won't be talking anything.
That's correct.
It'll just be going to the wall.
That's right. That's it. History.
So what do you think?
You seem pretty broken up about it.
Yes, I am. What's coming up on that big Alan Colmes show today?
Well, as you know, we are going to be having some of the great radio personalities who've graced these airwaves over the years.
Like Ted Brown and Big Wilson and
Lee Leonard, Brad Crandall. We'll pay tribute to Long John with Sandy Teller, who was his sidekick for 21 years.
Yeah, I like Sandy.
And
Soupy Sales will be here.
We've invited Soupy.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't heard back. We've invited.
You haven't heard from Soupy?
No.
So we don't know if he'll be here or
not. We're not sure. Bill Cullen, who at one time did the morning show. Buffalo Bob Smith, who occupied your chair at one time.
Right. Johnny Dark, he'll be here?
I don't believe so.
Oogie Pringle will.
No, we don't have. 4 hours is not enough to.
Oh, okay. Well, it starts at 1:30. This big tribute.
1:30 to 5:30.
The farewell to the WNBC radio with the NFL.
Bob Pittman will be
personalities of the past.
Yes. So,
so what are you going to be doing now? I have to give you my phone number.
Yeah, well, I want to call it. I'll let you know every morning what my activities will be between 3 and 7.
Hey, because it'll be Pete Franklin on 66 WFAN.
You're going to have him on with you in the morning and promoting his fine radio program?
Well, I don't think he comes in as early as you do.
I see. Because you've had some wonderful things to say about him.
Bernard, be sure that Alan has our phone number over there so that he can call us Monday and let us know what he's going to be doing.
Well, you want to continue this spot.
We do want to continue
this spot.
Yeah, we want to continue to talk with you.
I'll be getting after scale, I suppose, for this.
This will be a free call.
516.
No, give him the real number.
51203. We are working the Hamptons.
Area code 602, Alan, and we'll get the rest of them. Well, so it's been nice working with you.
It's been great working with you. It's great to meet a radio fossil. And,
and I hope you get a job. Because I think you're a bright guy, and I really do. And Charles and I both like you.
Yes, very, very much. It's amazing you could be serious for about 30 seconds, huh?
No, I do. We do like you. You know I like you. I wouldn't have you on every morning.
Well, I like you, too.
So we hope, and listen, enough of this. As you and I discussed, there are a lot of things happening in the market.
That's right.
And
people should know that, beneath this shell of a human being, beneath this crusty exterior, this hard, steely, unemotional exterior, is very little, and beats the heart of a Tasmanian devil.
What? Susan, we're on the air here, so
Don, I'm very upset.
don't say anything disgusting.
Would I say anything disgusting?
Well, I would hope so, but Susan Mulcahy from Newsday, is that who you're with this week?
This week, New York Newsday, Don, please.
So how are you?
Well, I'm very upset. I just had to change my clothes and put some black on.
Why?
I think it's a tragedy.
Doing a minstrel show.
Now, let me see what you think the fact that we're changing the call letters is a tragedy,
No,
or
I think the Queen situation.
Oh, you do?
And I don't like the new call letters, I have to say.
Well, there's not a lot we can do about any of this.
I should have lodged a complaint a little earlier, I guess.
I thought maybe you were calling up on like a personal level, but apparently not. So.
Well, John, I called to say goodbye to WNBC, you know? Isn't that personal enough?
Well, no, I was. We'll work that out later, I guess. I don't know.
Well, Don, I'm not going to say anything disgusting on the air because you can pick this station up in Philadelphia, and if my mother's listening, I don't want her to get upset.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
All right, so then you'll pick your clothes up later? Thank you very much, Susan.
Yeah, I'll send someone over to pick them up. Bye.
Bye. 23 after 9. I'm somewhere. The moment is very hot for me, by the way.
Yeah. She sure sounded it, Don. Didn't she? Yeah.
Well, I think she was trying to be a little restrained.
A little?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyway, Alan Colmes, you're going on at 3
Let me get this straight now. No, it's 1:30 today. You're going to make your debut on WFAN in a parking lot in Queens. That's right.
At Shea Stadium.
Oh, that's very impressive.
In a parking lot at Shea Stadium with a bunch of drunks.
That's very, very impressive. Well, it is in front of Gate C. Oh, well, that puts a whole new light on me.
And it will be, and at 5:30, it'll be, yours will be the final voice we'll hear on NBC, and then we'll throw the switch and it will be gone. He'll be gone.
That's it.
Just off into the ether. But hopefully we'll hear from you again here soon on some other radio station.
I'm sure you will.
So. I tried to get him to hire you at FAN.
Oh, you did, huh?
Yeah, I did. But you made it so plain that you hated sports.
No, I don't do sports.
Well, we don't either.
What are you, a sports aficionado?
No, we don't do sports either.
All right, so?
But I don't know. So, but then after some of the things you said about them, why I think you kind of.
You're the one who called them Midwestern Jewish turnip farmers.
Well, that's a fact. Oh, that's just accurate. So they're going to have a little party here at NBC today, and all of the people whose names that Charles and I don't know will be saying goodbye to one another. Yeah. You'll be among them. So let us say goodbye to you now.
Thank you, Don.
Get out of the studio.
Thank you.
Item: 4 months ago, the cost of living plummeted in Middle Village, Queens. Item: 3 months ago, the cost of living fell dramatically.
That I feel is the great sense of loss of tradition and feedback. Why and feedback? Yeah, which you hopefully won't have over FAN. Yeah, as anyone else about the dismantling of the NBC radio network and the fact that there no longer will be a WNBC, a station I've worked for 17 years. So and it has a great tradition in the history of broadcasting. But Charles and I are so buttoned up emotionally, right? That that's really why I haven't gotten to first base with Susan Mulcahy, who we just called about it.
Heard that.
Because I just have I'm a very shy person. I don't like to express my emotions. But I feel as bad about this as anybody does. I've been coming in this building for 17 years, and
it's very sad.
I'm not going to be coming in it anymore. Except to steal equipment, right? Before the Mexicans.
I think somebody already beat you to it. My scanner was gone this morning.
Before the Mexicans take over, right? Yeah. So I've already got my eye on a couple of little items around here.
Well, you have to fight.
But anyway, I mean, it's been there's been some great days. This was a great radio station at one time.
It truly was.
And it's not now. We're out of here. We're history, we're in the yearbook, and good riddance.
That's nice.
And this is your final report with
This is it.
So just do it.
So aren't you going to intro me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. God.
Do the whole thing, man. The sound of the whole bit.
Now, here with the cars is Ron Frank. Hi, morning, Miss Frank.
Morning, Miss Slimus. Here's what's happening. If you were traveling in from New Jersey, again at the Holland Tunnel, about a 20-minute delay, the Lincoln about 30, and the George Washington Bridge. It's getting a little bit better for you, about a 20-minute wait into this afternoon with Judy DeAngelis at 3:40 on WNBC.
And Roz, we will see you at the mall.
Jimmy Breslin switched to Newsday because of the paper's great city and borough coverage and for outstanding writers like...
Good on, New York. I'm Mr. Morning, WN. BC.
Well, you know I can be back.
BC. Cheap Trick. I'm Mr. Morning, 9:35, 25 till 10. Here with us is Mike Breen. Mike, I just want you to know that it's been great working with you, and we're going to miss you.
What do you mean?
Well, me and Charles, and,
I'll see you Monday.
What?
I'll see you Monday.
This is Monday where?
Here.
At FAN?
No, right here. It's not going to go through. I just know it.
Oh, it's already going through.
No.
What's wrong with him?
Sports Night Magazine goes on as scheduled tonight, 7 o'clock.
5:30, the switch is thrown, Mike, and it's the Pete Franklin show, and then the Mets game tonight.
Has it happened yet?
No, but it's going to.
It's not going to happen. This is the break I always wanted in life at NBC. It's not going to end.
And you've been to a lot of live sporting events, right?
A lot of them.
Okay, so I'll be out at the Mets game this afternoon at 5 o'clock there in the parking lot at Shea.
In the parking lot?
Yeah.
I won't see you for a couple of weeks, huh?
Well, I don't know. Lupica told me that, and Cricky said that there's some drinking that goes on in the parking lot.
You know the people that call these shows? You know the people that call the sports shows?
Right.
They're in the parking lot.
No, they're not.
All of them. That's where they stay. In fact, that's where they call from.
The parking lots at sporting events? Well, so Pete Franklin and I will be there today. And we're throwing the shit. We're throwing the switch.
What?
We're throwing the switch. We're throwing the switch.
You throw that other stuff too, I suppose.
Yeah. We'll be shooting that. We'll be throwing the switch at 5:30. And that becomes WFAN at 66 in Adele. Some woman just called and she said, well, where can I listen to you? I said, well, we'll be right here. We'll be at the same place on the dial. It's very simple. It's just like moving from this studio to the one over there. That's all it is. At 1:30 today, Alan Combs, who I do like a lot, by the way. Great guy. I think he's a terrific talent. I really mean that. As much as I could mean anything about anybody. Yeah. And he's going to have people like the Big Wilson and Cousin Bruce and Ted Brown and Wolfman Jack. And
Bernard was saying Murray the K, too.
That's not funny. Murray was a friend of mine, and Murray's...
I'm just saying what Bernard told me.
Let me tell you something. I liked Murray, and I worked with Murray the K. And, Mike, you know Murray the K. And I resent making light of the fact that Murray is up there in rock and roll heaven.
That was uncalled for.
It was. Murray was the 5th Beatle, and you are like the 12th Go-Go. And you'll be working at FAN as well, I understand.
That's right.
What a nightmare. It's 22 till 10, Imus in the morning.
Hi, Evel Knievel here.
Hey, Don?
Yeah.
I want to say I've been listening to you for over 12 years. Man, I'm going to miss you.
I'm not going anywhere.
You haven't going. Now, let me just say, I just came back to New York yesterday. I couldn't believe this went through. Are you still going to be on this station?
Yeah.
You're going to be doing sports?
No.
You're going to be on the radio?
Yeah.
What time?
The same time.
Under what station?
On WFAN, which is going to be where NBC is now.
Okay, so I don't change my dial, but I'll still be able to listen to you?
Don't change the dial. You'll still be able to listen.
You're sure? Oh, man, am I glad. Very. I know you guys think I'm nuts and all that, but I can't.
No, we think you're stupid.
You're stupid, huh?
Yeah. You're not nuts. You're just a moron.
I'm just a moron, huh?
Yeah, but I have to go.
All right. Hey, man, you guys are great, really. All of you.
Sure. It's 18 till 10, I'm in the morning. Beatles NBC. Imus in the morning, WNBC. Weather cloudy and cool today. High in the mid-50s, continued partly cloudy and cool tonight, low in the 40s. 48 now. New York at 1:30 today, Alan Combs will host a farewell to WNBC with some of the great people who have worked here. Everybody from Big Wilson to Ted Brown to Wolfman Jack to people like Ed McMahon and Brad Crandall and Gene Rayburn and Cousin Bruce Morrow and Bob Fitzsimmons and Bob Pittman and scores of other people. Some of the people who didn't work out that well and who left on less than friendly terms have not been invited and will not be here. And among those people are Oogie Pringle and Vernon with a V and L.A. Dillon and Brinkendozer. Gee, why go on? NBC.
Mr. Imus.
Yeah.
Now, am I to believe now you're going to be at a 718 area code? I've been calling you for 9 years from Jersey, and now I got to spend even more money to talk to you?
Get over it, sir. It'll be worth the call.
Now, you're moving the radio. I'm trying to understand this format now.
Oh, okay.
I can still see you on VH1 now, right?
Yeah, I'll be on VH1 tonight.
Great. And Sunday nights I can still catch you on Channel 5?
Exactly.
Beautiful. And the Broadway play, I can go there and get my tickets tonight?
Yes, you can.
Oh, man, as long as those stay constant, I'm okay. Thank God.
Hi, folks. Hey, this is your old weather friend Willard Scott for True Value Hardware, your store of first choice.
Restaurant.
Yeah, that's right.
Al Rosenberg.
Yeah, well, I won it, but I didn't think I'd win it.
So Al and I go over to judge the Tommy Lasorda lookalike contest yesterday.
What a moment. What a moment.
And I thought the final humiliation. But the final humiliation comes today. And you don't have to do this with me. I will be in the... You were listening this morning, weren't you?
Yes, I was. You're going to be at Shea Stadium today, aren't you? In the parking lot. What, are you cutting a ribbon or something?
No.
They're opening up level C.
Well, I'll be there at Gate C.
Gate C.
In the parking lot.
Uh-huh.
With Pete Franklin.
Oh. Well, that's good. Get those times in with them while you can. You want to spend a few moments with old people, you know what I mean? They need company, and they forget. Are you picking them up and taking them out there? Because, they'll be wandering around the subways.
Al, stop this now.
I'm sorry. I want to make sure that he's taken care of. Because he has that walker since he broke his hip.
He doesn't have a walker.
Yes, he does. Come on, you can tell the truth. And he's got that bag with the fluid attached to his leg. And then the walker out there, and he falls down and stuff, breaks his hip again. They put a plastic hip in.
I'll be there at 5:30.
Yeah.
5 o'clock today.
Yeah.
Because the word came down yesterday, and they're going to throw the switch at 5:30 today.
How appropriate. Throw the switch.
And it's going to sound something like this. Hopefully.
That's Pete, isn't it?
Yeah. And that's FAN's listener screaming off into the... Although...
So what are you going to do?
What are you going to do? So that's what'll happen.
That was a great moment yesterday, though. You'd figure FAN wanted to start off on the right foot with you, so they got a really big promotion to start you off.
And, but a big day today. A lot of blubbering here today.
Yes, I know. There's going to be a lot of crying and weeping, yeah.
I have said that I have been coming in this. I started in this very studio 17 years ago.
I remember.
Here in 2B.
Mm-hmm.
And with different equipment.
That's right.
Yeah.
On you and this radio station,
yeah. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Al.
You're quite welcome.
And so it is, it is
a moment.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so that's what it is. It's a moment.
It's a moment.
Yes.
There are lots of wonderful people here at the radio station who we will
probably remember for 10 minutes after we leave.
No, I will miss them.
I'm going to miss a lot of them, too.
Peg Kelly, I like a lot.
Me, too.
Dave Sims, we like a lot. Yeah. Dave's on the phone. I don't have time to talk to him.
Yeah. Sorry you missed that Willie Stargell lookalike contest.
Don't swear because we're live.
I know, I hear you. Gee, Al.
Hey, you should have...
Nutrisystems, Al.
Hey, you could have... Dave, you should have been over at Mickey Mantle because you could have won the Willie Stargell lookalike contest.
What are you talking about? I lost 7.5 pounds in Korea.
What did you do? Leave your briefcase there or your hair?
One of the dogs got away.
Don, you're going to be on with Pete Franklin this afternoon.
Yeah.
I just want to make a prediction.
Right.
That you will score a third-round verbal TKO.
No, I like it.
There's no way that you guys are going to be able to coexist for more than about 10, 15 minutes on the same program.
No, I've spent some time already with Pete, and...
loved every minute of it.
Gee, I look at him almost as a father, so I'll...
We know what kind of relationship you had with your father.
Maybe a grandfather. I like him a lot.
Yeah.
Dave, we have to go because somebody has just set the studio on fire.
Well, I'm glad I got my stuff out before the explosives went off.
Okay, yeah. Don't ever put his call.
No, never again. Yes. Get Pete to show you his hearing aid collection. He has a wonderful collection of antique hearing aids.
Let's not start doing the old jokes.
The horns.
About Pete. Pete is... maybe older than running water.
Yes, that's true.
But younger than dirt.
That's right. He babysat for Marconi. And,
8 minutes. 10 o'clock. Anyway, at 1:30 today, Alan Collins will have a show with some of the great people who used to be on NBC, as I just mentioned before. So this will be a historic day to listen, I suppose, to the final moments of NBC on 660. At 5:30, it will be WFAN on 660. And I'll be in the parking lot at the show.
Red Hots, get you Red Hots. That's a good career move for you, I think.
Until I can get a hold of Mike Lynn as soon as I get off of the air. Dave Elmer, I hear you knocking. NBC.
You went away and left me long time ago. Now you're knocking on my door. I hear you knocking, but you can't call me.
Right on. Time to shake some things around. Throw some... NBC.
Never take off your coat. Real slow. Take off your shoes. I'll take off your shoes.
Due to left lane road work there. And at the Hudson River crossings, the inbound Holland Tunnel has a 20-minute delay. The Lincoln Tunnel, 30 minutes. The George Washington Bridge, a 20-minute tie-up into the city.
WNBC remembers 66 years of New York's most memorable radio.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.
During our 66 years of broadcasting, we've covered the bombing of Pearl Harbor and the atomic destruction of Hiroshima, the Korean conflict, and the Vietnam War. But in 1971, it was WNBC that dropped a bomb on New York.
Automatically Sunshine, Supreme for Jeannie Terrell. My name is Imus in the morning. It is 8:54 at WNBC, 6 till 9. We're at 66 in New York. This just in. A submarine has been commandeered off the coast of Warsaw, and the hijacker has demanded $500,000 and 2 parachutes.
Cleveland lost a legend, and New York gained the most unpredictable radio personality it had ever heard. But that was only the beginning. In 1973, the station really started to howl.
Got to the Big Apple. Really nice to be home. I want to say that right now. Round around your radios now, we're going to get down and know each other a little bit better. Going to play some of those nice things for you here, you understand? Going to rock and roll till midnight. Getting in here with the Rolling Stones. Picky Vicky playing lead mouth, you understand that? All right, Herbert. Stay with me, New York. Go rock and roll.
Soon after Wolfman Jack arrived, WNBC welcomed one of New York's premier radio personalities as he moved down the dial to 66.
Hello, everybody. This is your Cousin Brucey. I must say, a very, very excited Cousin Brucey tonight. We have so many things happening here. It's the first time, I think, another 13 years of broadcasting, and I'm just so pleased. I am so proud being with NBC. It is sort of a culmination of a career. Every guy, I think, in radio wants to be with those beautiful call letters, NBC. And from now on, every night, 6 to 10 o'clock, and on Saturday, 8 to midnight, your Cousin Brucey will be here. Now, I'd like you to call your friends, talk to them, and tell them we're right here at Fantastic 66 NBC. Now, turn up NBC. Let the world know where we are. And they will. I promise you they will. Ladies and gentlemen, mark this down. The first record I'm to play here at NBC, my first choice, a friend's a player. We're just starting. The excitement is here. Real radio has returned to New York. By the way, I got a beautiful telegram from Wolfman Jack. Dear Brucey, may you start things right with the light of goodness shining down on yourself. And